I have to say that the artwork that we have right now is not really good for anything, and I have to say that this is most likely because of the issue, you know, it's because of the issue of how I feel on the, you know, after the war. I can't even like point the finger what's going on. Like every single time when I feel tired, I feel like my drawing skills are halved, and that's the main issue. So I have to say, like, even though we already have the line art, I'm actually wondering if I even should keep it, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I can't pose Davis in a way that I feel would work. And unfortunately, if I would want to implement the... how's it called now? If I would want to implement the model, I would have troubles. Hi Skylar, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything's going. Oh. Alright, did I? Yeah, I wrote the proper thing. Okay, whatever. Alright, hi Kodaro, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything's going. My prince. Oh. So, here's the thing. I don't know if I should actually go with it. I really have no idea if I should go with this work. There are just a couple things about the torso that I don't like, and it just feels like it didn't really work out, and I can't even point out what I could correct. So basically it feels like the torso itself is not really fitting. Like, considering, like, you know, how even how my model looks like. You see? Like, the torso itself is way different even on my model, so that's that. I think it might be actually because of the... I don't know. Maybe like that. I see. Again, this is something that I kind of struggle with. The main trouble is that I kind of messed up the torso when I was drawing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to delete this and we're going to work to make things again. So yeah. And let's just take it slow, let's build the structure. Because I want to have that, you know, I still want that pose, right, where the, like, hips are in front and the torso is kind of leaning back. So yeah. Hi Lucifer, Lucifer? Good to have you here. I think this is the first incident, so hope you... Sorry. So I hope you find a comfy corner here. How are you? Stupid allergies giving me a cough now. Uh, if not the sniffles, then cough. Hi YouTubes, got over here, how are you? Hope it's going. I think this is the first incident, so hope you find a coffee corner here. How are you? No, I don't like Skibidi Toilet. I don't even know what that is. I'm too old for that. So, sorry. Also, I know just a little bit of Spanish. So yeah. To watch some streams instead of drawing. What about you? Doing good, doing good. Just drawing. My main thing is that this is like third attempt now that I'm doing for my you know, I'm trying to draw a graphics for my schedule. This is how the schedule looks like for now. So the main thing is to kind of reach this kind of effect with some more stuff like here. Right, so I just want to have a kind of like 90s magazine kind of feel, you know? But I need my model to be drawn in a pose, but I can't really get the pose, you know? So hey, you're also drawing. I'm really happy to see that. I'm really happy to meet new artists. So what have you been drawing so far? So, there's some fun and stuff, puzzle Cs. I see. And so, I see. So, the main thing is that I want to make like a base pose that is like, you know, the typical like proud stance kind of thing. And about drawing, to be fair, we are drawing a lot of OCs too. I want to have 20 OCs for my artistic universe. You know, for which later we are going to make illustrations. We have like some more stuff, but yeah. YouTubes, please speak English. Their main role is to speak English, just so everyone could understand each other. It's not my main language, I speak English and Polish, so yeah, if you are not going to speak English, then I have to warn you. And I don't want to do that. Ah yes, yeah. So how about you? YouTubes? How about you? I don't know. I see. I see. To be fair, we are going to draw soon. Soon we are going to get into drawing my manga. and we are going to continue drawing DLCs for my artistic universe. At times I feel like the roster I've prepared is kind of low, so I might actually I might actually ask for some redos. I like manga. It's most likely like a slow working project that I'm gonna do. Like, I really want to work on those things. Also, I do recommend, you know, drawing with me. A nice touch. You can also later on. How long you've been drawing? I'm actually, well, in total it's been 19 years because I've started drawing realistic people at the age of 6. Like, I've actually started drawing, you know, things that are looking like people actually on the realistic side. I've started really early, so yeah, almost 20 years on my artistic journey. I'm still drawing I'm still drawing the structure because actually I have a Fantasia. I can't imagine, so it's difficult to draw characters without it. Is there a Yuki in your head? That's actually a character, a dolly drawn by one of our viewers. It's just, you know, I didn't even live for such a period of time. I see. I'm 25, so yeah. Hey, if you know, that means you still have a lot of time. If you already draw better than me, that you know, shows a good future. Actually, I have to say that your avatar is naked downstairs. No. Actually, I have a very specific clothing. Let me show you. Here, that's the model. And there's like a cloth belt and baggy pants. So that's that. Why? The character is actually based. Well, the thing is that the avatar that I have is actually taken from the story of the manga. Actually, it's a main hero of the manga, and the character comes from a desert island. This clothing is actually a specific for this island, like a national clothing generally. I am 47-year-old virgin. I mean, that doesn't change anything, I would say. is normal. Well, at times things happen. You never know what's going on, what can happen in life. For sure, that's not something to be ashamed of. That's why I'm looking for my UK. I don't know what UK is. Do you have a six-pack IRL? No, no. I'm rather bulky IRL, but I'm trying to cut the fats. I can do I can do 100. What is it called? I can do 100 crunches, and I've been actually doing them for a while. On daily basis. It's just, you know, I like your voice. Thanks, YouTubes. Thanks. I like the New York accent. Actually, I might have a really huge mix of accents. Because actually my teachers, my English teachers were from all over the place. New York accent. Hi Zaga, good to have you here. How are you? Hope it has been. New York accent. Hey, I'm walking here. I've used to have like one of the accents I've had used to be New York accent. I think I've lost it. I have now a really strong British mixed with some like LA American instead of the instead of New York. It's very dependent on who I'm watching currently, because I'm actually it's like kind of when I'm hearing how someone is pronouncing it, my pronunciations change. Yeah, so the, you know, six-pack might not be yet, but I'm working on it. I know it's like very common for people to go with like, I'm walking here, but that's actually one of the very few parts that kind of left in me with the New York accent. You can say E. Hey, what's up with the New York accent? Hey, what's up with the New York accent? What day is the day after tomorrow? Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. I already know what are you going with. Day after tomorrow we have a Tuesday, innit? Lul. There we go, finally the Davis's body structure is correct. Biblically accurate Davis. Also, I hope that the fact that I don't have the six-pack IRL is not a letdown. It's difficult to get one. I used to... I mean, here's the thing, I can't have six-pack actually, because I have only 4 sections. So the max I'm capable to have is 4-pack anyway. I know, because when I was living alone, I've actually lost a lot of weight, and I was genuinely like exercising quite well, and I've managed to like get a, you know, to shred a little, but no matter what I was doing, and I was doing like specifically set of exercises. Likes of home-cooked meals? No, actually I was living on home-cooked meals. I wasn't snacking. The issue is that I'm snacking a lot, especially at work. I have to kind of cut it. So I've actually stopped buying chips. I've stopped buying nuts. I've got like, for example, popcorn, but that's all. Popcorn actually has like less calories. I eat like 1 meal anyway, but the issue is, you know, with the amount of snacks I'm eating. I hope, actually, for the newcomers, that the streams are going to be good. I do recommend a draw along. Draw alongs are actually really good with my streams. If you have any kind of topic that you would want to talk about, like games, anime, manga, art, I can actually talk a lot about art, like especially Renaissance or like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo Buonarroti, but also like artists like Beksiński or others of that kind. I can actually make a huge rant about why I hate the current state of art that's happening. But yeah, it's all about it. Like, you can throw any topic to me. I'd love to talk about it with you. There we go. Now we have the correct structure of a body. That was a letdown. That it's a third time I had to draw it. I don't know why. Whenever I'm drawing Devis, I have to make several attempts. Like, I can never get the proper thing. Okay. The best part is to chill. I actually have to stay awake until midnight, so we'll see. Maybe I'm going to make a bit longer stream. Maybe it's just going to be, you know, the classical 2 hours. We'll see. Actually, I really hope you can't hear the screens in the background, because there are some. Coming from the basement? Maybe. Legally, I can't say yes to that. Damn, that eye is so droopy, it looks like Devis is having a stroke. There we go. So yeah, everyone, how are your days going? Again, like, I'm a bit more tired because of the work, so I might actually be a bit meh. Sorry. Man, like, I can't wait to finally have this schedule done. It'll be such a bliss to finally be able to plan things out. Okay. I'm trying to test out a couple things, just checking some stuff. Okay. Is it going abs? I might actually be silent every now and then. And this is one of the things that I'm trying to test. Because at times I just don't know what to talk about. So I'm wondering if you'll get mad at me if I just go silent for a while. Because I used to talk about my process, how I'm drawing, but you know, how many times I can repeat the same thing. Like, you know, I think I've said that the line art is always taking so much for me. Like at least 90 times I've mentioned that. And that's kind of bad. Also, if there are like, you know, some artists like Lucifer, uh, you can all also join our Discord server if you want to show your artworks. I gladly look at them. Creams from the basement, let's go. I'm saying that, you know, actually I've decided to pick today as the test to be silent at times, or I have nothing to say. Because actually I'm, you know, I am after work and it's easier this way for me today. I don't like that. Well, I don't know, to be fair, it feels off that I'm not really talking. In the end, the main idea of the streams, you know, should be that actually the content creator should constantly talk. Like, I've been streaming for 3 years already. Or even 4, I think that's the 4th year at this point. So I've kind of run out of the topics that I can talk about. Okay. Yeah, I'm slowly trying to, you know, speedrun the line art here. To at least get to the same, you know, get the same tier, get to the same level as I used to. Okay. This song actually, every single time I hear it, it reminds me about Jeremiah Clay when he was doing that doi doi doi. I don't know, that like thing, I don't know, echo, I think that is. Like some sort of echo is like sounding like that. One of the main aspects that I've noticed with my style is that surprisingly it kind of went into a loop. Like the way how I'm drawing the characters, it used to be more like Rhino Tunas, but I've had like a very specific structure back in the days when it comes to the anime characters. It kind of looped around to those characters, you know? Kind of trying to, well, kind of trying to figure out some more projects. Like, how am I supposed to juggle everything to complete it? And I think I'm going to try to speedrun the projects and just push everything. Like, for example, I feel that I can design the characters on the go. Like, I don't need to make the design session for every single character that I want in my artistic universe. I feel like I can actually design them on the go. It's going, like, first illustrations where they are going to appear, it's going to actually take a little bit more because I have to design them in the first place. On the other hand, it might actually be a bit more difficult because I've always thought that, you know, having a on the other hand, I've always thought that the OC making that we have in the series is something special, so I just don't know what I can do as an artist on YouTube. Like, everyone is so, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at what other artists are doing and I don't see much creativity in there. On the other hand, whenever I'm trying to do something creative, it feels like it's not the thing. I don't know. Just kind of giving my feelings out right now. I have five things to do, to work on, and I think sticking to them and not changing that at all is going to be the key. I've done those speed paints, but the speed paints were never landed on the channel, so like I have to actually start working on those. But I also seen that people are doing all those speed paints and they're like much better. They're like entire illustrations instead of just simple character arts with not much of it background actually. Hi Muto, got over here, how are you? Hope it has going. Hi Target, got over here, how are you? Hoping right has going. The trigger grind continue. I haven't touched Zenless in a while. But how is the grind going? I'm okay, how are you doing today? I mean, still tired after the work, but, you know, gotta stay awake for longer, so... You know, at least I can kill some time with all of you. Tomorrow I'm going to grind C#. Why do you need to stay away longer? I'm switching to night shifts and I have only 2 days, so... That's that. My team idea is Trigger Lighter Soldier 11 and its team will be called I Barely Know Her because all of their names have R at the end of a word. I see. My trigger is level 53 or so now. Huh. You're not maxing the levels first? Oh no. I mean, I once had morning shift and after that I had a night shift, so... I've once had 0 time to prepare, so having 2 days is good enough. The sniffles I have are killing me, I swear. Like... I want to breathe finally. I have no idea what's going on this year. I have sniffles for like... a crap load of time now. Base level, W engine, and then skills. To be fair, base level goes really quickly. I don't do the skills. I don't even care about the W engine. I just don't. And I've never had any issues. And to be fair, if I would have more focus on the levels, I mean on playing the game longer, I would probably complete the 100th floor of that infinite tower, however it's called. Also, Zega, how is the thing going? Did you manage to work it out? Are you still reworking the thing you've been reworking? Nice, slept since then, I see. But yeah, so actually I really hope you'll manage to fix it really quick. For me those seem to be long edits, but you know, you might actually be able to make them quickly. Hands, yeah. I wanted to avoid having to redo the skeleton animations. I see. And you'll have to, I assume, if you'll get in those changes. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Maybe you don't have to make the changes. Or is it something like, you know, or is it like already set in stone that you're going to make them? Have to move the circle, I see. So we are almost done with the third version of the liner, but we are improving on that, so that's that. I'm finally going to spend some more time on that C# tomorrow. Can't wait. Can't wait. I'm gonna wake up, make myself a cup of tea, not coffee. I'm going to start learning. Oh yeah, I have cleared Delhi Azul with 9 stars 2 times in a row. That's cool actually. That's so cool. I really like those top-down event, like special battles that they've added over time recently. I really like those. It reminds me of Rusty Hearts. Don't know how many of you actually remember that game. Rusty Hearts used to be the bomb. It used to be the bomb. Rusty Hearts and Dungeon Fighter Online were my teenager period of time, teenager years games. If along with like early teenage years, League of Legends was a thing. I'm wondering what will happen to the stock market tomorrow. Why? Why is that? His thumb is long, yeah, I need to shorten it. Was a historic red day, I see. People know that the Minecraft movie is bad, but they are enjoying it anyways because of the memes. I mean... yeah. I haven't seen Minecraft movie. Most stock fell more than 5% in one day. Oof. I'm watching it closer to Easter. I see. I might actually also do that. I don't really watch movies, but why not? Ubisoft minus 14% on Friday. Bro, I'm not shocked that Ubisoft is dying out. That's what I've said. Ubisoft is going to release these... that's exactly the way how I predicted it. They've released Assassin's Creed Shadow, it turned out to be a total flop, and now Ubisoft is on the verge of being closed. That's that. They've already sold Assassin's Creed to Tencent. So... they had it coming. And... you know, it's going to be a historical thing if Ubisoft is going to die, because it's going to show that people are fed up with the slop that that a lot of companies are putting out. Will they sell Ubisoft to Tencent and license out AC and other IPs? Now I'm not sure. I've heard that they are selling only AC and another series to Tencent. It was the IPs that were sold from what I've heard, but now I'm not sure. Because they've sold the partitions, the parts of Ubisoft where those IPs come from. Wondering what will happen to Trackmania. No idea. Probably it's going to die, like we haven't had Trackmania in a long run. Like actually, since Nadio is under Ubisoft, yeah. It's just going to die out. Or maybe Nadio is going to... We have new Trackmania, so... I mean, yeah, but... There was a break, if I remember correctly. When was the last Trackmania that was released? I think there was a break between Trackmanias. Trackmania... Like the most recent one I see is 2020. Yeah. The most recent Trackmania was 2020. Trackmania used to be bomb. Tencent. I want to see the games. A new one in like every 3 years I see. So Tencent released like PUBG, Honor of Kings, Call of Duty Mobile and League of Legends. That's not right. Tencent Games is not... List of games published under Level Infinite, which is from Tencent. Goddess of Victory Nike, PUBG, Tower of Fantasy, Alara Prime, Fall Game, Synced, Next Studios, Assassin's Creed Jade? Okay. Delta Force, Command and Conquer Legions, Exoborn, Undawn, Tarisland, Alchemy Stars, Arena Breakout. Those are like... Level Infinite was like a publisher, so the developers might differ. But I don't see much titles released by them. But they have like bunch of companies under them, even Clay Entertainment. And Clay Entertainment released, made games like Oxygen Not Included, or a Don't Starve series, right? So Tencent might do something good with it, if that's the Tencent that I'm thinking that it is. But if there are like different Tencents, so I'm not sure which Tencent is what. But if Assassin's Creed was taken by Tencent, that I think it was taken by, they might actually do something about the series, but I doubt it's you know, at this point, like salvageable. I think it's like beyond any help. I think Ubisoft killed this series. They will do a pay-to-win gacha Assassin's Creed. Just imagine, just look at it. I mean, at this point, Assassin's Creed universe is so huge that they might actually be able to make a freaking gacha game out of it. Copy paste FGO and slap in AC characters, yeah. Exactly. Okay. Give me a second because my... There we go. I hate family drama, especially when they try to bring you into it. Same. There's one constantly going on somewhere. I understand that there is something going on, Muto. My knee is hurting, I don't know why. I just sit on a chair, it shouldn't really hurt me. Come on. I don't want to be part of it, especially when it has nothing to do with me. Yeah, just cut yourself out of this. Like, don't let them drag you into that. Protest to talk about something involving that drama. It's a bit toxic when they are trying to get you involved. But anyway, I have to say that at this point, I think there will be no video game that I'll be able to play. Like, there's literally no game that it interests me anymore. I like to be neutral, yeah. Same. So yeah. Because, like, well, okay, the first Berserker Chasm turned out to be a bit, you know, a bit different. Let's play Minecraft while watching the Minecraft movie while eating the Minecraft Happy Meal. Let's go. I'm trying to slowly work things out. I think I have it. Yeah. So you have the line art. Again, I kinda want the toys from the Minecraft Happy Meal, but at the same time I don't. Bro. But yeah, kinda true. I've heard that there are like, what were those? They were like, the mobs, right? From the Minecraft movie. They're the McDonald's character. Huh? Are there? Can I get a grimace? To be fair, I've heard that the toys in Happy Meals used to be random. But actually in Poland it was never random. It was always the matter of choice. Like what toy you wanted. Like most of the times it used to be scammy. I feel like, you know, for other countries. Because if something's supposed to be random, it feels weird if, you know, it's not random anymore. For some people. Okay, so now we are going to have the color placed on the character finally. Well, you could ask to make it random, yeah. And when you want a, you know, a toy For the character you want, yeah. Oh, could you? Okay. Always at the counter there was the, you know, that thing like, you know, when you were asking for a Happy Meal, it was always like, what toy do you want to do you want? Well, again, then, on the other hand, kids were never disappointed because they were always getting what they wanted. So actually, that's way better if the kid can get what he wants. It is random here, but if you don't like it, you ask. I see. Was the and what about the others? Was the were the Happy Meal toys random for you? Actually, no idea if some folks were getting the Happy Meals. Yes. Hmm. And so, who doesn't Burger King would have it randomly because of the toys they got from the promotion? For us, Burger King never had any toys. Like, never. Really, in the early thousands they had best toys, even glass cups. Not here. Not here. Burger King actually was really behind other branches. Like McDonald's was the pioneer. KFC also never really had any promo. Only for like World Cup, I think. But Burger King fell off. To be fair, I wouldn't know. I was never a Burger King guy. Never had it. Never had it in my entire life. I just got my order from there. I see. And how is it? Did you get the Impossible Burger? Or however the Burger King thing is? Not sure actually. I've never been in Burger King. I've never tried it. I've heard that actually Polish Burger King is much better than the American one though. Like a lot of people say that. But I've also whiskey barbecue burger. Ooh, that sounds actually tasty, holy. Did you get the Minecraft Happy Meal? I couldn't. I can't. I actually have troubles in getting any fast foods in my city. There's something wrong. Okay, whatever. Whatever. We're going to shade it later on. Wrong with what? Face? Yeah, I think the face is wrong. Like the most. There's something wrong here, I think. Zega Burger sounds good. Yeah. Whiskey barbecue burger. Is the face, you think? Yeah, possibly. This eye is not really good. Hang on. Forehead, yeah, forehead is the problem. Or maybe the general shape, don't know. This eye is not good for sure. I have to say that I think the general, when it comes to like fast foods, in most of the other countries, the fast foods are actually better than what could be in America. I feel like a lot of the chains in America actually lost the quality control. There you go, there's much better for the face now. I think those are not needed. Yeah, also looking better. It is, yeah. I think that chunk needs also to be pushed a little to the side. There we go. Much better. Couple quick changes so we didn't really have to worry much. I like going to family restaurants, yeah. Like personally, I prefer like, you know, one of those moms and pops sandwich store, right? Like those are good. Too bad over here those are usually expensive. But on the other hand, I just end up making things myself. Flip the drawing? Nah, I don't do that. Flipping the drawing is not necessarily a good idea to do. See, because like, for example, the hairs are going to look different. They're going to look weird. But yeah, it checks out. There are no issues after turning the character, besides the hairs. Like, here's the thing, flipping the drawing refreshes your sight. So for example, if you are drawing for a really long period of time, you are going to start losing the like general way how you are drawing, what you are doing. And after flipping the drawing, you are going to refresh your eyes and you are going to notice a lot of troubles that you have. If your drawing is actually looking very similarly or exactly the same when you flip it, that means you've done actually good job with everything, because even if you refresh your eyesight, even if you refresh your eyesight, the drawing is not going to be the drawing is still going to look good. There you go. But I'm personally not doing that because I just feel like it's not working for me. Because I'm actually noticing and doing a lot of changes anyway. Maybe when I'm drawing for longer than 2 hours, then I'm starting to make problems. Then I'm starting to have troubles with, you know, keeping up with stuff. But what we can do is actually copying that and pasting it here, you know, just to check how it's going to look like on top of everything. That face looks so tired. Yeah. Also, hi Zach. Glad to have you here. How are you? Hope it's going. I really wanted the tired face on this one. Yeah, that checks out. So we just need to So we just now need to get the character to be colored properly, to be shaded. But hey, actually, the tattoo might be weird to draw at the angle. Yeah, shading time, yeah, shading time. The tattoo is going to be a bit different. It's going to be a bit problematic. But actually, when I'm going to get Clip Studio Paint EX 4.0, because I'm planning to upgrade my Clip Studio Paint again, we are going to have such a good tool for that. Because what we'll need to do is going to be drawing the tattoo anyway, and we are going to have the same tool that is going to create like a 3D space on which the tattoo is going to be twisted on. So generally, like, it's going to automatically like wrap around this pseudo 3D space. Like, for example, you can do the same thing for books and other stuff, so you can like even do way better mock-ups. So finally we are getting similar options, like very crucial part that I kind of needed for stuff from my portfolio. Include Studio Paint without worrying that it's like special feature that only Photoshop had so far, so that's good. But yeah, for now the tattoo is going to be very problematic to draw. We'll see, though, we'll see. But hey, it will be cool, yeah. Yeah, I think that's we're going to make shading on the next stream, because then we are also going to finish like rest of the graphics, right? Because, you know, the graphics that are going to represent, you know, the days of the week and what's going to be streamed, yada yada yada. And I think we are going to finally get back to the variety that we've had. I feel like before we've had a way better variety when it comes to working on projects. Because like we were, even while working, even though I didn't really finish the thing, we were switching to another project that just to refresh stuff. We start at a different time. No. Tomorrow's stream is going to be still at the same time. Day after tomorrow is going to be at the same time. And on Wednesday we're going to actually have the different time stream. So that's actually why I also want to implement that change, you know? Why I want to have the weekly schedule, because it's also going to show you when I'm going to when I'm not going to stream, and when I'm going to stream and at what time. I think that was a bit better than it's way better than having no idea what's going on, right? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out things. I think I might try to draw another crony. We will see. Sounds good? Yeah. So we are going to finish that. We are going to get to drawing the Hololive VTubers. I'm going to try and draw crony again. And again, recording the speed paint. I'm going to I might actually, right after the stream, download a soundtrack and implement the songs to the speed paint and post it on YouTube. And we will see. Tomorrow I want to focus on C# too throughout the day, but I might spend some time on I might try to spend some time on explaining some drawing. I might get back to the drawing tutorials too. We will see. I want to finally start outputting videos. Unfortunately, I am not interesting enough to make clips. I can just make random noises, but I'm not really funny, or I don't have like any memorable stuff happening on the stream to make clips, right? If anything, I might need someone like who knows what clips would be funny from the streams, at least to point them out to me. But I guess people would, you know, like if I would be funny, people would just make clips on their own. Like, let's be real. If I would be funny, people would make clips on their own of me. How fun. Like, I don't think I'm interesting. I think I'm boring, if anything. I just draw. And I'm not even sure if my drawings are interesting. As a matter of fact, I think that they are not at all. Just make clips of your random noises. A Devis noises compilation, let's go. We will see. Like, I just want to start spending more time also on my channel. I feel like I'm not doing much for y'all. I'm not putting out enough stuff that I could potentially. Like, I feel like you could also want to see videos. Like, there are people that don't have time to watch entire VODs, especially when, you know, when there's just, you know, someone speaking with a very tired tone, constantly yawning, stuttering, you know? I know that is a bad advertisement, but, you know, I know how I am. That's the thing. I'm also, of course, also very perfect. But yeah, I feel like I really need to start throwing things out there, you know? Like finally doing something. So we'll see. We will see. And I think I'm like kinda repeating myself over and over again, and I'm not really doing much in the direction that I'm talking about. Because if that would be true, yeah. But this you're doing something unlike me who wants to but hasn't. That's the thing. I'm just talking about those things. I'm talking about making tutorials. I'm talking about making a game or learning something, but I end up not really working on those things. I'm ending up just, I don't know, like I'm just losing time. It's like losing losing consciousness, and I'm just waking up 5 hours later and I wait and I have no idea what happened. Where did all that time go? Like if I would like keep up my own promises to myself, I would probably be already done with learning C sharp. I would probably already be doing game, at least one of the projects. I would probably already have a book put out. Like I was on a, like for example, I feel like, you know, when I was on a sick leave, I had like so much time to spend on doing those things. I had 4 months. In 4 months you can actually do a lot of stuff. Heck, I've got almost I've got 7 chapters, right? I've got 7 chapters with 9 sentences for each chapter, so I've got like general idea of the entire book. Like all I need to do is just sitting down and, you know, starting writing the proper book with those, out of those, you know, descriptions of the chapter, which is also not that hard. And I've done it in like an hour. If I would like spend a day, I would probably be done with half of the book already. But our brains work differently, so it's hard sometimes. True. It's just, I don't know where my time goes. It feels like the entire thing, like it feels like the time slips through my fingers and I'm not doing anything about that. So I'm probably tomorrow going to try to like pin myself to do one thing, and on most maybe make an hour of a break of another thing. Like, I don't know, drawing, like, you know, in a break, drawing something. I'm probably a Vtuber, starting sketch, you know what I'm saying? So that's that. Like, we will see. Tomorrow is like 100%. It's not a problem because we think we have a lot of time, but it goes by fast. True. Like, I wake up. Probably I'm going to wake up at 8 because that's when my alarm clock is going to ring. And I have to, like, I'm going to have like what, 3 hours no, not 3 hours, 5 hours before I have to take my doggo for a walk. 5 whole hours. I can just sit down and spend this entire time on learning C#, for example. That's like 5 hours. That's almost like an entire day of school, right? Five darn hours before walking a dog. Then I can take a break, stretch my legs, walk the doggo, probably munch something, and just, I don't know, either come back. But let's see if you do that. Exactly. That's the thing, right? I know that I have so much time. Like, I know I have 5 whole hours to work on that. And that's always the same thing. But let's see if you do that, right? There's always that entire thing lingering. When I've got out of the school, I've kind of lost this push of learning. And I kind of have to, like, bring that back. I understand the pain, yeah. I mean... yeah. I have that book to learn C#, that's good. Because imagine if I would have to just learn from some random dude on the internet. Even though I know that I kind of need a teacher. But I have to say that book is teaching me much more than any course I've seen on YouTube. And that's probably most likely the truth. I have to say that a lot of code, like a lot of programming tutorials on YouTube are not really that good. They're really not that good. There's some really good random dudes on YouTube, like Team Corey. I've never heard of him. I might actually check him out. Because, like, when I was learning when I was learning HTML, I found, like, a guy that was teaching HTML, CSS, and JS, and that's how I've learned those languages, quote-unquote languages. one is not like one is Cascade style thing, and one is like, the upside of a book is that you know where you can continue and where to begin. True. It's like giving me a proper, like, push to do stuff. On the other hand, I'm there, I have no idea what's wrong, but also when I'm going to sit down and tomorrow I'm going to start bug fixing everything that's wrong with the entire thing that I have there. You watch random video on YouTube about interfaces, and now what? Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. And imagine, for example, the tutorial series just cut in a random place and you have no idea what's wrong, what's happening. You want to do so many things and you think you have all of time, but then something happens and it throws you off. Yeah, that's also a thing. Like, I have some very random situations in my day that are throwing me off. And I've noticed that after those, I'm just, pushed out of that, perpetual, out of that motion that I have in my working on the projects. But I've already decided, like, I'm setting my goal for the C# to be finished, and that's like the only project that I'm taking as a main one. The book, I can do that quickly. I've already proved that. So I'm probably, if I'm going to work on that, I'm probably going to work on that for very little, like an hour in a day. Probably after I take a shower and I'll be waiting for the stream, I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to work on a book. It's like literally 1 hour between my shower and the stream. That's entire 6 p.m. And the rest of the day I'm living most likely for C# and drawing. That book is really good. I have to say that book is really good. It taught me a lot already. Like that there was that Manticore game that I had to do. it was really cool. Like, there's one player that is, it was kind of like playing the ships, right? You're setting numbers where your ship is, and another player has to guess those numbers. So it was exactly that. You got it. I believe you can do it, even if it's just a little. But yeah, as I guess as you mentioned, it's like when you are going on watching tutorials, it's also like watching a random vid about something, and then you have no idea where to go next. So that's something that was also throwing me off when I was attempting to learn stuff. I want to finish that book and start doing stuff. We'll see. Not sure how far I'm going to go with that. Come again? Like... Oh, I will. Had some distractions. So... Come again, oh, I will. So basically, like, yeah, it's just like you say, it's just you're watching a random tutorial, random video, and you have no idea where to go next after that. There's no sense of direction when you're watching tutorials on YouTube too. That's something that is really throwing me off, because, like, I don't know, I just can't find like certain emotion in learning, because usually you should tackle like things in a certain curve, right? Like, for example, now I'm starting to, like, I've started slowly with some basic stuff, and now I'm getting into stuff like classes now, which is still melting my brain. Actually, I still can't really like figure out what the heck is happening there. I think it's worth to sometimes go back and do some speedrun parts. You know, I might actually get back to some things. Like, for sure, I'm like, here's how I'm doing that. I'm working with stuff. I see that I have bugs. I'm coming back to the chapters where I have those bugs, because that means I have to remind myself about things. I mean, it's like 10 minutes. Yeah, true. So, like, the thing is that, like, hey, why I have bugs here, and I'm starting to reread the chapter, like, even those speed runs, right? And I'm starting to figure out where those bugs are, and like it's kind of like correcting what I remember or filling up the gaps from what I remember. So it's like slow progression. It's like one step, like 2 steps ahead, 1 step backwards. But I think it's working. I think it's helping. We'll see though. Like, I think I have to make an entire file from the very beginning, because for some reason it starts to break. I have no idea. I think there's supposed to be something on the top that I've deleted, and like some kind of like starting of the file that I've deleted, because when I'm starting with a variable, it breaks. Like, for some reason the variable itself is breaking. Like, it seems like I can't start with a variable, which I don't think is truth. I should be able to. But for some reason the var in variable, because I'm using the var variable, so the var is underlining, and it says that it seems like it's trying to assign a class to it, which is not really it for some reason. Like it's not what I want. So var is not a type. Yeah, but it's like assigning. It's trying to assign it into a type. I don't understand. Actually, I'm not even going to like. Let me turn on the thing I have. Yeah, so use of unassigned local variable size, which but it's not a local variable. I'm actually creating that variable, you know, out of nowhere. Where is just to show me? Let me show you all of my problems actually, because I have 48 errors. I have 42 errors. I didn't even where from. That's all. Yeah, I know, and I think I'm getting the errors even in parts where I shouldn't. There. So yeah, actually, folks, I know that I'm not doing that much. Oh. I see the problem. Okay. To be fair, Muto, I've never had a climb pie. Start with the start. Start with the start. So I think this is that, right? Like I should supposed to have like a mark that should start it. You never assign the size variable to a number. I see. What? Yeah, I've never had a climb pie. I don't know which that one is. I've had like apple pie. I've had some like Napoleon pie. Napoleon pie was really cool. I think that's very similar too. If you try to convert it, but you don't assign the converted value to anything either. I see. Wait, I have int size, and then I'm converting it to int 32 to ensure that I'm going to that it's going to be the int. They're so good, I see. But the thing is that I don't know. It's already an int. Yeah, but to be fair, in the past, it's just an alias for int32. You know, I've actually met with issues where I'm getting errors which are unable to compile the program if I'm not converting int to int32. Like, it seems like I'm actually getting an error until I won't convert it into int32. Otherwise, it's not giving me what I need. It's not turning on the program without it. And I don't understand, and I didn't really understood it. It's not an int, maybe a string. One of my favorite pies next to pumpkin. I've never had pumpkin pie either. I don't really like pumpkin anyway. But yeah. I mean, the int looked like this. Int name, for example, equal 32. So I understand that this is how it's supposed to look like, not like this, because this would be the text, right? It can't have apostrophes or anything. That's not how you do a switch expression. Yeah, I've noticed that I've messed something up, most likely, and I just have to change it. Like, I have to go back to the switch and again check how it's looking. I thought that it's okay, but there's most likely something wrong about it. I have to check it. I believe if I just drop the choice equal parts. Oh, right, yeah. Because I have to compare it to a value already. I don't have to check if certain variable, because I'm already assigning a value to the variable, so the switch is only to the only checking the value. Right. I've used that kind of switch in the previous script. That's the issue. I've used it in the previous script and it worked. So yeah, I'm messing things up. This is what I'm talking about. I have to come back several times to the same thing to memorize it. The same thing goes up for names, like names of people or names of games or anything like that. I just can't memorize the names for the love of me. But after a certain time, like if I would do it several times, I would get it at certain point. I'm still not really sure how the classes themselves supposed to work. Like, I understand that class itself supposed to be like script inside of a script that I can run asking for certain set. So for example, if I would want to, let's say, make my own like set of like my own set of commands to class is an object with properties and methods. But like, how do I go about it with the object? Because like, here's the thing, this kind of class is a bit different than the class I've had in HTML. Kinda. Because I was assigning name of the class to the thing, like for example to a div, and then I could grab the object by class or by ID, and then I could assign like comments to that. So for example, I could do on click, I could, you know, like just don't try to compare. So like, how should I treat totally different thing? Yeah, that's why it's so difficult for me to switch the idea, right? So how should I actually treat the object itself? Like, should I like, how should I treat it? How, like, what could I make it like? Because they say, like, I think if I remember correctly, class is a class of objects. Like, object's supposed to be a building block, right? But then how I should treat the object itself? Because class, like... Everything is an object except pure values. I see. So if I... So you can kind of say that if object is a brick, then class would be a wall, kind of, right? So I can create like quote-unquote 4 walls, which would build something bigger, like, no? Huh. Like, I know that I can call class object is a thing. Brick is already a class. Okay. Is a thing. Brick is already a class. Alright. So I can, for example, take the so I'm like taking the values and I can push those values. It has dimensions, can break, fall, etc. I see. But I have to assign those dimensions. I have to assign how fast it would break or fall, right? By giving it the script inside. That's why, for example, I can assign the values into the class. So it's kind of like a function in JS. Well, that's really, I think function would be rather creating a method rather than a class, but I think not really. Okay. I feel like making a method and making a class is literally the same. Like, I literally looked at how to make a method, and then I've had how to make a class, and they were literally looking the same for me. So I'm actually having troubles because like a method's supposed to be something like in JavaScript. Stuff are objects. Yeah, they are. That's that. Well, but JS is a scripting language and you can add methods and properties at any point. Yeah. And class has to be at the very end, but before enums. Right? Because that's what I remember. In most languages you can't. I see. The pies. The pie, like my favorite pie is actually the apple pie. What? Yeah, that's what if I remember correctly. I don't think the order matters. Yeah, no, it apparently it matters. It has to, at least that's what they say. I don't know, maybe they're like telling me to, they're saying that, you know, just because. Wait, let me check that. Let me double check that because I don't want to say anything stupid. Because for sure they said that enums have to be on the very end. Like, that's for sure. So also they say that, like, when I'm building the class, what about Pecan? I've never had Pecan either. Whether you will put them into different CS files anyways. Yeah, that's what they said. They had to be on the top, I see. And here in the book they say that they have to be on the bottom. So that we have here we have the difference between C++ and C#, I think. But yeah, that's what they said. Like later on they will teach me how to use different files, and that's where the classes are going to come in, because I'll be able to use like sets. I'm pretty sure in C# it doesn't matter where you put them. Okay, then wait. Classes are the most powerful way to define new types. A class bundles together data fields and operations on that data methods. Constructors define how new instances are created. Classes are reference types. In your software responsible for a slice of entire program. Also, when I do this, I always put the enums on top to take you to try these pies. I would love that. I like pies. Before we can use a class, we must first define it. Many C# programmers place each class in a separate file. Indeed, as your programs grow big enough to have 10 or 100 classes defined, you will not want to keep it all in a single file. We will see how to split your program across many files later. For now, you can place them in the same place. We have placed enumerations at the bottom of our main file after all other statements and methods. And that's, they say like this is a must for enums in the previous one. At least that's what I understood. So yeah, enums at the bottom of our main file. You can place them there, but you don't have to. Huh. Defining a new class is done with the class's keywords followed by the class's name, followed by a set of curly braces. Names are usually capitalized with upper camel case, just like enumerations and methods. Inside the class's curly braces, we can place the variables and methods that the class will need to do its job. So your main method goes here and it's like placed above the class. Then we have class, and under that there's other classes and enumerations can go here. So like it shows that classes and enums supposed to be on the very bottom. Can be on top too, I see. Okay. I see. So it's not like it's not necessary. I think they are now telling me that because they want to. I think they are telling me that because they want me to have a bit better like segregation in the files. They're like kind of teaching me segregations, but it's kind of making a jumble in my brain because it's making it a bit difficult to understand. Like they are saying like it's a must-have, like it has to be there. I wish I knew what you guys are talking about, but my mind goes blank. Don't worry, Muto, my brain is also going blank here. Like, you know. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. So I can use it normally then without any troubles. I can place it where I need it, it just happened. I can only tell it because Davis sent me how it looks like. I see. Yeah, my script is not looking good. There's a lot of problems. So I just need, instead of like choice equal 1 or choice equal 2, I have to change it to just 1, 2, and 3. And then the switches are going to work properly. And I have to change that int size. It is not a script. Okay. I'm constantly saying I'm following along the best I can. It's okay, Muto, it's okay. So, like, my code, right? Is that the proper thing to say, my code? I'm using script because, like, again, I'm used to saying script for the JavaScript because that's a script. Also, I think my class does nothing. Because I have two classes, get coast and the arrow, because it's supposed to like determine what kind of arrow that is. It's supposed to like write it. But I don't think it does anything. Like, at least not anything properly. That's not how you do switch expression. Wait, isn't it? I thought the previous program I've had was using the same kind of switches. Oh well, I've deleted that, so that's that. There it goes, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to go back to the switches. I'm going to check again what's the how those kinds of switches were getting made. But yeah, I don't think my classes are good. But I already think I can do some interesting stuff there. Size equal console read line switch 1 2 yeah, that's how I thought about doing it now, like this time. That's what I was talking about when I was saying that I wanted to change the switches. And so I think if I'm going to change those switches, like, most of the errors are going to go away. Then we'll see what else I have to change. You overcomplicated in your head. Yeah, I think I did actually. I think like I'm overcomplicating like most of the lessons there. Because you're always proving me that it's something way less complicated. At least like the way how you're explaining it, it seems to be less complicated, and it like it just takes away a lot of things that make no like that are problematic from my head. I'm really glad that I have help with that, to be fair, because I don't think that I could actually like properly go about it. I have to get that in my head, in my brain. I think when I'm going to like get into stuff already I'm going to actually... Somehow the second part is more like this switch statement. Imagine, actually. Second part, so the classes, I understand. I have a song stuck in my head for a while now. What is that song? Sure, you can do switch console read line. Case 1. Somehow the second part is more like the switch statement, where you can do switch console read line. Case 1 size equals 60 break. Okay. Yeah, that's the other kind of switch. I'm kinda trying to overcomplicate the entire thing, but Miss Melancholy by Evan Fong. Yep. Like, I think I'm complicating the way how I want to make the code. Not sure if I want to make it fancy in my head or something, but yeah. My Evan Fong. I think it kind of it's really good. I think I heard Evan Fong before, like the name Evan Fong. I've had like another thing like there was a song like, not sure if that was the same guy, but it was like not sure of the lyrics now, but it was like what was it now? Welcome to the fairy tale where the sinners gotta sin. Sinners gotta sin. Drink up all your money to forget the way you went, and that's the thing. What was it now? Was it Evan Fong? It might not be it. I can't now. What is that song? Source. Listen. Forget the way you went in. Was it Rosendale? Fairy Tale? Vanos is Evan Fong? Is he? Let me check if that's actually the song. Yeah, that's that. Rosendale was the guy from that. That's such an old song that was stuck in my head for a while. Vanos is actually also a musician? I've never really seen Vanos actually. I've never watched him. But I've seen like Smitty like mentioning him. And I really like Smitty. Sure. Yes, he is. That's interesting. I might actually check him out. I really like the way how Smitty is pursuing things. For example, I really like Smitty himself. Okay, Sam, thank you. Well, alrighty, folks, we've talked a lot about programming. It actually set me up. I might actually have a bit better idea how to solve my troubles tomorrow. So that might actually help me to be pushed. But we'll see actually how my learning of the classes is going to go, because like methods I kinda understand. It's like because the method is like console.readline, right? So when I'm making a method, I can call it like name, and I can make like name dot something, if I remember correctly. Or was it the class that can be? I know for sure that one is on one side and one is on another. It's just something what has methods and variables inside. Okay, so it's okay. Class is just something what has methods and variables inside. Alrighty. Okay, that might actually help me understand classes. That actually explains a lot. Group of variables and methods. Alright. Which can describe something. I see. But it's also like thank God of Zega. Yeah, Zega is actually like a person class. So basically, like I can make a class, but the class is going to perform actions based on assigning the variables, because I can like make it as height, weight, etc. can run, breathe, etc. Yeah. So I can like, for example, create, let's say if I would have to make like a character creator, I can make it just so I'm going to assign, let's say, the variables, and the variables are going to go into that class, kind of. So later on that class is going to build the profile of the character and print out all the information that were input into the variables. Is a class, yeah, so okay, so that makes sense. So for example, I could like later on just simplify the way how the character profile would be portrayed or printed out, so to say. Because it would just be made to print out things in certain way, and then I could just assign those variables by input, and then I could just print out the entire character profile based on the information that were input. Now that makes sense. So for example, if I would make, let's say, a game, and I would want to make a character, I could make, for example, walking a class. Then I could make combo a class, right? That would work too, if I understand correctly. Because like it would just contain the informations that if I hit certain buttons, I can move with those buttons. It would perform certain actions if another buttons would be pressed. I'm not sure. Okay. I might again overcomplicate this whole thing, but I'm going too far ahead, but like and I have to send you an example. Perfect. Okay. So I can just, for example, keep data of the character inside a class. Like the states, statistics, and shit. So like, it's just to make some sort of like a folder for it. But it can also do a bit more because it can, let's say, calculate stuff. You can do that too? Okay. Okay. So that's like one of the things that that class can be used for. Okay, that makes sense. Most likely when I'm going to go further into the book, I'm going to learn a bit more about what I can do with classes. But that makes sense, actually, what I can do with that. Okay. Alrighty. Tomorrow I'm going to have fun to continue. I'm going to have a lot of fun. So yeah, folks, thanks Lucifer, thanks Utop, thanks Zega for being active chat on Twitch. Lucifer and YouTube, hope you're still there, just lurking. If you really like the streams we've had, I would like to ask to leave a follow or a subscription, because maybe you switched to YouTube. And thanks Skylar, Potaro, Muto, Target, and Zach for being active in the channel on YouTube. And as always, folks, stay creative, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, and bye bye.